Can I get a venti triple no foam, extra hot, soy, caramel latte? Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell so you can receive notifications when I post new videos. So if you didn't notice, today's video is going to be about, you've guessed it, Starbucks, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about my personal experience with working at Starbucks and just give you a few tips on how to be successful working at Starbucks. So if you want to hear more about my experience, please keep watching. Alright guys, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about my personal experience working at Target, and then I'm also going to share some tips on how to apply, and lastly how to be the best barista that you can be. So let's jump right into it. So I started working at Starbucks in 2014 around Christmas, and there are two major Starbucks that you can work at. And what I mean by that is there's the freestanding Starbucks, and then there's also Starbucks like franchises, which are typically in airports, Target, and also Barnes and Nobles. But Barnes and Nobles is a little different because they kind of handle things a little different from the other franchises. But I digress. So I worked at the Starbucks in Target, and so technically I was a Target employee. So I also got trained to be a cashier, and alongside that I learned how to become a barista and ultimately how to be a barista. So those were my two main, I guess, roles when I was working at Target. So I had to go through the whole process of applying to Target, which was fairly easy, and I went into the store and I just applied online. Or no, I take that back, sorry. I applied in store and I just filled out an application. You just give your basic information like your name, where you live, your work experience, etc., etc. And then they call you in for an interview, and the interview was your typical, interview for like retail or customer service, and I just answered their questions to the best of my ability. And of course I was nervous, because who doesn't get nervous when they're interviewing for a job? So I successfully, passed the interview, and I was asked to, work there. So I decided to take the offer that they offered me, and I started working around Christmas, which was very, very, very busy and extremely, extremely stressful. So I had to go through a bunch of like preliminary like training and certifications through Target that were specific to Target. And once I completed all those, I just, showed up on my first day. Of course, I didn't wear this like shiny red cute top, but I wore like a black plain polo, and then I wore khaki pants, and then some comfortable like black sneakers, I think at the time. And then, I met some people there that worked, and everyone was really nice, and they were really friendly, and they were very helpful through this whole like process. And of course, like once, like I mentioned before, I started working during the holidays, so of course it was super busy and it was really stressful, but I made it through. And it was no like watching from the sidelines, let me just chill over here while you guys do all the work, meaning like my team lead and my supervisor. No, that wasn't how it was. So I started on the cashier, and they had me, taking orders on the kiosk, which was extremely stressful because, you have to know the shorthand of the Starbucks drinks, and which there's like a gajillion billion of them. Like for vanilla latte, for example, it's VL. For caramel frappuccino, it's CRF. for vanilla bean, it's VBF. Yeah, I still remember all this stuff. But so of course, like, you would have those difficult orders, and so I remember on my first day, I will never forget this. A woman comes up and she's like, it's like, "Hi, how may I help you?" And she's like, "Can I get a venti triple no foam, steamed at 165 degrees, 2 shots?" Let me take that back, like 2 Ristretto shots, just to make it more complicated, because it was very complicated. And I'm like trying to like scramble to write all this stuff down, and of course I'm like freaking out because the line's so long and there's so much going on around me, and I'm like, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm gonna quit. But luckily I took a moment to pause, took a deep breath, and I would just say to the like, not to the new customers, but I would just mention to them, I would say, "I'm so sorry, but thank you for being so patient. It's my first day. Thank you for being so understanding." And of course, some people would be so understanding, and then other people would be like, "Okay, and your point is, like, can you just make my drink? Like, I don't care if you're new, just give me my drink." So, hey guys. Alright, so let's jump right into my tips on how to apply to work as a barista. So, you're either going to apply online or in store, or if you don't want to work at a Starbucks and you want to work, a Starbucks in Target, you want to work at a Starbucks, like a freestanding Starbucks, I think you would just have to go onto starbucks/careers.com and follow the prompts on how to apply there. I personally don't know how to apply through the Starbucks, like freestanding Starbucks, because I applied through Target and it's a little different process. So, but I could definitely look that up for you guys, and I can link that down below. So once you do that, like with any job, after you apply, you should definitely call, give them like within a week, and call to check on the status of your application, because sometimes they get a lot of applications. Your application might have gotten lost or whatever it may be. So you definitely want to make sure that you call to check on the status. And that just shows that you're being proactive and that you really want the job and that you care about whether or not that you get the job. So you should definitely do that. And then number 3 is interview. So definitely prepare for the interview, dress for the job that you are applying for. So for example, if you're applying for a Target job, you should wear khakis and red shirt. Not like this red top. This is a little dressy, but like a red like polo, or just a red like top that you have. You could wear that. Or if you don't, you could just wear like anything that's like business casual. And then after you successfully complete the interview, you will go on to do training. And I think my training lasted, don't quote me on this, like a week or like a week and a half. And during that training, you just do complete modules that are specific to Target's corporation, and that are specific to food and just specific to their work environment. And so you will complete that. And then after that, you will do your on hands like training in your department, so you can learn, because that's the best way that we learn, is learning through action and learning through watching someone else. So those are my tips on how to apply and the process for that. And then the next thing that I just want to share is 3 things on how to be a successful barista. So number 1 is patience. Number 2 is being adaptable, because problems are going to arise and you need to know how to handle them, and you need to know how to handle them effectively and efficiently. And then number 3 is to be friendly and to be kind. And the last thing that I want to share is just a neat little thing that I thought would be an added bonus. So I know, like I mentioned before, you need to know like the shorthands, and another word for this is like the abbreviations for the drinks. So here is a few examples of the abbreviations. So for example, if you have vanilla, if a customer or a guest, as in they say in Target, we refer to the customers as guests, not customers. But anyways, I digress. So vanilla bean, and I'm just going to abbreviate Frappuccino, but vanilla bean frap, and would be, let's see if you guys know. I'll give you 3 seconds to figure it out. It is this. You guessed it, BBF. So that is the shorthand for vanilla bean frappuccino. So that is that. And the next one, let's see if you guys know this. This is a very popular drink that people love so much, can't get enough of, and it is Ready or Not. Here, I'll do this first. So I'll give you guys a chance. It's the caramel frap, and then it is, you guessed it, it's pretty easy, CRF. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching, and please hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell if you are new to my channel, and I will see you guys next time.